Hello and welcome. My name is Meeples, she, they, and this is Literally Graphic. And today I'm doing an initial thoughts review of W. Juliet, Volume 1 by Emura, translated by William Flanagan. This series was originally published by Hakusensha in Hana Tsugumi between 1997 and 2002 and collected into 14 volumes. It was then published by Viz from 2004 to 2007. I originally got my hands on the first volume or two way back in the mid-aughts, working my way back through some of the gender-queering books of my adolescence. I definitely wanted to revisit the title. Content notes for trying to snatch someone's shirt off to see if they are really a woman. I couldn't find much about Emura, except that she has written more than just W. Juliet and W. Juliet 2, but those appeared to be her only translated titles. Keywords that came to mind: theater, Shakespeare, high school, disguises, family, and contemporary. The Goodreads synopsis of Volume 1 is as follows, quote, Makoto Amano wants to become an actor, but his stern father has decreed that the only way Makoto can pursue his dream is to spend the last 2 years of high school as a girl. He quickly makes friends with popular tomboy Ito Miura, another drama enthusiast at this new high school and the only student to find out his secret. But are they more than pals? 16-year-old tomboy Ito Miura has been chosen to play Romeo in Romeo and Juliet. The problem? She doesn't want the male role. So, who will be Juliet? The favorite for the part, beautiful and vain Tsugumi, must compete with the cute new transfer student Makoto Amano, but Makoto has a secret, and if rival Tsugumi or anyone in the school finds out, it could ruin Makoto's life, dragging Ito down as well. End quote. Both the writing and art seem pretty standard and inoffensive. Reading comics digitally always feels like a bit more of a drag than reading physically. I think one of the biggest reasons I didn't work harder to drag down the rest of the series originally was the chemistry's somewhat low energy. I also have no personal connection to theater kid culture, although I feel like that could be overcome. Gender is obviously central to the plot of the series. So far, things are pretty binary, and even if there is some gender play going on, it is rather mercenary. That said, that was pretty typical of all the gender stories I got to enjoy growing up. The volume at least uses the term transgender rather than a more insulting term while thinking about how either character is most definitely cis. Sexuality is pretty heteronormative, except that the man in this case is pretending to be a woman, a situation ripe for creepiness. Emura seems very decidedly making Makoto an extremely wholesome figure, and so far in this volume he has been presented as the anti-toxic male romantic figure in contrast to another man who sets his sights on Ito. Race, class, and ability versus disability are ignored. Looking at a star rating, I think I'm going with a basic 2 out of 5 stars review. The setup of the story that introduces the need to play with gender, but ultimately assert that everyone is still cis, is I think part of the time it was written in. I have a touch of nostalgia because it's obvious now why I like these kinds of stories, despite its shortcomings, but I wouldn't say it's a must-read now. Thankfully, storytelling has gone further. I will probably try out more of the books at some point. It could go up a star for me, at least if I feel like the tension and or energy level increases. Bye y'all, keep reading and resist white supremacy. And Literally Graphic is created on land that should be given back to the traditional landholders, which in this case is, to my knowledge, the Mississaugas of the Credit First Nation, an Anishinaabe people, the Haudenosaunee Confederacy, and the Huron-Wendat Nation.